LEGO Clone Troopers are one of the most popular LEGO minifigures of all time. I myself am a big fan of the First Order, which is an unpopular opinion. Even though I adore the First Order, I also love LEGO Clone Troopers. And that's why in today's video, I'm gonna rank my top 15 LEGO Clone Troopers. I'm your host, Brickley, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to Brickley and to ring that notification bell to stay updated. So on the 15th spot, we got the Phase 1 Realistic Pilot. And this came in a variety of sets, but most importantly, in the 2013 Gunship. This is one of my all-time favorite LEGO Star Wars sets for Clone Army building, not only because the gunship looks superb, but also because you get the clone pilot and, of course, a couple of other troopers. Now, it is a shame that we get some of the protagonists, but it's also quite nice. However, I would have liked to have seen some other clone troopers added into this set so that we could have had maybe a bigger army builder as for this gunship. But overall, I think that this LEGO clone trooper looks highly detailed. However, this clone trooper doesn't resemble the one from Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, because if we compare this clone trooper right here, you can see that the clone trooper has a different helmet in comparison to this clone trooper. That is the only thing I don't like about this clone trooper, but other than that, I think that this is quite a nice minifigure for army building. Next up, we got the 501st Clone Pilot. The 501st Pilot came with set number 75004, the C-95 Headhunter, which is quite a nice starfighter, especially because you get a regular 501st clone trooper and this clone pilot. So I think that is quite a good set for collecting, but the only down part of this set is that it has one Jedi. So if they would have swapped out that Jedi with another clone trooper, it would have been much better for clone army building. But yeah, the minifigure is great. I love the detail on the clone pilot. The torso printing is amazing. The helmet is unique. So this is definitely a go-to for a unique clone army with different variations of clone troopers. Next up, we got a clone trooper in my weak spot, which is the Airborne 212 Legion clone trooper, which came in the Utapau battle pack from 2014, which is one of the best battle packs. But the only downside to this battle pack is that it came with the stud shooters and no regular LEGO Star Wars blasters. Overall, I think that this minifigure does look quite amazing with the special helmet, with the Airborne mold, and of course the nice torso and leg printing as well. If you are able to, I truly recommend that you get a whole lot of these minifigures because they are simply awesome. On the 12th spot, in this lineup, we got the original Episode 3 Phase 2 Clone Trooper. The Clone Trooper itself has some nice detailing on the torso. Of course, the helmet also is quite amazing. This has the older style where the helmet was just a mold where you could see through to the head. And in this case, the headpiece is just a blank black minifigure headpiece. And overall, I think that this minifigure is pretty great. We got it in a couple of sets, of which I find the Battle Pack 7655 the most interesting, because you get 2 of these clone troopers and another shock trooper, and of course a 327th Star Corps trooper. So overall, great minifigure, and I definitely want to get more of these. Moving on to the next clone trooper, which is an exclusive clone trooper to the Battle on Seleucami set, which is the Bark Trooper, which came with a couple of other droids, a Bark Speeder, and some bushy build. And I think that this trooper really looks amazing because of the original helmet mold printing, and of course the additional cool dark red color on the arms and of course the torso. The torso printing of this minifigure is quite nice. Ultimately, I think that this minifigure is superb for building a specialized army of clone troopers. So I recommend that you get a couple of these minifigures. Next up, we're going to the top 10 minifigures, and now we're closing in on the ARF Trooper. This came in a battle pack with 2 Bomb Squad clone troopers and another Horn Company clone trooper. Love the battle pack, even though I don't want a lot of those Bomb Squad troopers. So if I want a couple more of those ARF troopers, I would be getting them separately. The design of the minifigure is pretty well. We get the nicely detailed helmet, amazing for army building, and of course, nice torso printing. It's an amazing figure, and you must have it in your collection. And on the 9th place, we got the Phase 1 animated gunner, and this actually came in a battle pack with 3 regular Phase 1 animated clone troopers, and this is a great battle pack for army building. So I truly recommend that if you want a lot of these gunners, that you get this battle pack, because you will get a lot of regular Phase 1 clone troopers with them as well. Moving on to the next spot, we got the Phase 2 clone gunner, and I think that the design on this minifigure is awesomely and well done. Not only because it is the Phase 2 design, which I truly adore, but also because of the nicely detailed helmet and torso printing. Now, this minifigure has risen in price on Bricklink. It's insane. So I truly recommend it if you can get a Republic fighter tank for quite a low price, that you go and get that figure with that tank and just sell the parts or anything, because that figure is great for army building and you should definitely get that. Well, if we're talking about Phase 2, we might as well go to the regular, plain Phase 2 clone trooper. Unfortunately, LEGO has only released one set including this clone trooper, which is quite a shame because this is one of the most important troopers you can own in your LEGO collection. On the 6th spot in this ranking video, we got the Phase 1 realistic clone trooper. Now, I personally prefer the one with lag printing over the one without lag printing, just because this one is in a battle pack with 2 clone troopers, unfortunately with 2 Jedi. So on the 5th spot, we got the Phase 1 animated clone trooper from the Clone Wars series. And I actually hated this interpretation of the minifigure back in the day, but now I've come to own the minifigure and I've come to show much more appreciation for this type of minifigure style. So let me know which variant is your favorite, realistic or animated. And I'm pretty interested in how many people think that the animated version is better than the realistic version. I'm sort of on the verge of saying that animated is better than realistic, so that's why I put it on the 5th spot and not on the 6th spot. But I think they are both equal clone troopers, but I put the animated version on the 5th spot because it is much more available for me in higher quantities. So yeah, that's why I love this clone trooper. And next up, we got the Kashyyyk Scout Trooper, one of my favorite figures because it is green and camouflaged. I love the visors on the helmet, even though they are placed a little high for the minifigure's eyes. Next up, on the 3rd spot, top 3 clone troopers, we got the 501st clone trooper from 2020. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I prefer the LEGO Phase 2 Clone Trooper design from 2014 over the one from 2020. However, I do think that the Clone Trooper from 2020 has overall a nice design with a unique torso printing. Of course, it isn't that unique because the 332nd Trooper also has this design. And of course, the helmet is also pretty unique for it being the first actual Clone Trooper in this newer look for the clone visor and of course the helmet printing. I prefer the one from 2013, even though it is animated. There we come to my second spot of my ranking, which is the 2013 501st Clone Trooper, because you have much more blue in this trooper, and that's what I personally am looking for in a 501st Clone Trooper. And then, moving to the first place in my ranking video, the first spot goes to the 212 LEGO Clone Trooper, because the detail on this minifigure is just great. You get battle damage. I'm not a big fan of battle damage, but in this case, I think it really looks great. I love the orange colors on this minifigure. I think it is a great combination with the white on this trooper. It came in the battle pack with the Airborne trooper, and I think it is just a great minifigure. You should definitely get your hands on this trooper. Now we have come to the end of this video, so if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Of course, if you want to support my channel Brickley, go subscribe and share this video with all of your friends so I can keep continuing this journey with all of you. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.